Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have more Starfinder RPG goodness. This time it's Starfinder Flip Mat, the living starships. Wet, dry, and permanent markers erase from the mat. Again, these maps are all 24 by 30 inch mats. They fold to an 8 by 10, 1 inch squares on each side. Again, for Starfinder, which is my go-to and my all-time favorite RPG game. 1 square is equal to 5 foot in terms of movement. It's alive, blending complex biology and cutting-edge technology. Living starships aren't traditional spacefaring creatures, but act as self-sustained transports to which crews often form deep connections. These vessels can gather power from solar energy or even regrow damaged systems, just like biological organisms. This double-sided map presents 2 such living starships, one grown from the plant-like components and the other being the adapted interior of a traveling space whale. Starfinder flip mats present ready-to-use science fantasy set pieces for the busy game master. With Starfinder flip map, living starships, you'll be ready for the next encounter. Directions for use and how to use these dry erase mats. Of course, this is from our good friends over at Pazio. This was released in 2023. For more information, go over to pazio.com/Starfinder, and the retail value of this is $16.99. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So hopefully I can get the thing open on the first shot, and there it goes. I did slice it a little bit before it went on camera, so it makes it a little bit easier for us to get this plastic wrap off, because on these sometimes it gets pretty stuck on there. So, okay, it's off and we can get running. So we got the dust jacket right on top, as always. Some people don't keep these. Of course, I always keep mine. It's a choice whether you keep this or you don't. I like to keep it this way. It keeps me in charge. Lets me know what I have and what I don't have. So I don't have to look up the map and go, oh, what map is this? All right. So again, we're talking Starfinder flip map, and Living Starships is the title of this one. So again, as with all these maps, you got to crack them when you first get them, so they lay flat. Every time I hear that sound, it just tells me that new map is hitting the table. There you have it. And then we got to do it on the inside a little bit. And that's always the way I open up my mats and the way I always flatten them out. And it works perfect every single time. So we're going to start with the living spaceship first. So we'll start at the bottom. Yep, we'll start at the bottom and work our way around. So here is the bottom part of the spaceship. Once again, each of these squares are 1 inch squares, and they are worth 5 feet in the game. So again, as it says, these mats are 24 by 30 inches. So it's a really, really good size map. Tells you how large these ships truly are. So there you go, that's the bottom part of this map. And then we can go to the center point. So just a little more. But I like to always bring them up a little closer so you can see all the great detail, the great colors, everything that Pazio is known for when it comes especially to their flip mats. The cartography is awesome. The imagination, again, second to none. Pazio always puts out quality products, and that's the one thing. When I start playing again, I don't receive anything from Pazio. Everything I have from them, I purchased on my own, just like all the other unboxings I've done. But I've always found the Pazio products to be of the highest of quality. Never had a problem, never had a complaint. So very, very happy with their products that they produce. And then again, this is the top of the map. This is again what we would consider the living Starship right here, which is more of a plant-based, as they said in the introduction here a little bit, the plant-based. Okay. So let's lay that down real quick so I can show you the full view of the map. Again, you crack it, it lays down perfectly flat. We'll start at the bottom and work our way around the entire map. Again, the colors just pop on this. Really, really well designed. So that's the bottom. Kind of a side view at this point now. Stop there. We're going to look at the center point, kind of go up this direction again. There's your true center point. And then I'm going to roll over to this side a little bit more too. Show you this part here. And then we're going to slide it this way so we can see the top of the front of the ship. To the side again. Got the crew's quarters right there, different seats. To me, this is a bug ship. So there we go. That's what the ship would look like once again. And again, how does it look if you decided to start the game and you want to throw a couple pawns on there? We have them. I could show you a couple. So here's a couple pawns that you have here. This one happens to have a hex base, but as you can tell, if it's perfectly within that 1-inch radius, if I wanted to, I can use one of the Starfinder figures right here, and I could throw him over here. That he's one of the guys driving the ship, and maybe he's going to attack that guy. Again, I have one of our friendly goblins over here coming through here as well. But as you can tell, the pawns work beautifully with that. If you don't want to use the pawns, you can use a regular pawn from any kind of, again, to represent your figures. You can use any kind of figure that you want. You can just throw him over there. You have some pre-painted minis. This is a guy that happens to be from another set, but we'll throw him on there just to give you an idea what that would look like on there. Again, brings the map to life. Again, we got one more guy I got over here too, so maybe that Harlequin there, maybe that's gonna fight somebody over here, I don't know. But as you can tell, adding the figures to the maps, obviously, whether you're using a 25mm base or you're using a 25mm hex base, it's up to you what you want to use, because all of them would enhance the map. Again, with the dry erase, which makes it great too, it says this: if my guy's here and I don't have a pawn, I could always use a wet dry erase marker, never permanent. I could put an X here, an X here where this guy is. He's my, compatriot, X, X, X. Where the bad guy is, I could put a 0 there. I could put a 0 here and a 0 here. Now all of a sudden we know where they're all lined up. As my guy shows moving, I'll move in this direction, put an arrow, move them 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to attack this guy here. Put an arrow pointing to the guy you're fighting. So you could do that as well. You don't need to use the figures. And again, all the figures that I showed you today are not included with the purchase of the map. They're for demonstration purposes only. So again, the standees, these are Pathfinder, and this is Starfinder minis. You can purchase those also from Pazio as well. It's an additional purchase, but they are not included with this map. So let's start on the bottom of the next Starship that they have here, which is the Whale. Just the gorgeous colors on this map. This side to me is really breathtaking. It's like, again, these are living starships, so that looks like the intestines and the stomach of the whale. You got the control ship, you got the control sections right there and there. Maybe that's your engineering. Then we talk about the center areas. Again, looks like the brain there. Just truly amazing detail. And the ingenuity it takes to create something of this nature. You can't knock that down. It's a beautiful, beautiful map. And we have the top. And this was, they said, is the living whale ship. Come across like that. Getting the whole thing right there. Again, look at it close up. Just really, really, really well designed. And you got the cargo hold up here. Okay, let's lay this flat and start it again. Show you the whole thing across. So we got this here. So again, if we wanted to just kind of use this for a second to show you this. Again, the same concept that I showed you a little bit earlier, that if you want to use this map here and you want to throw, that you have your guys here who are some of your guys, you want to have them inside the ship already. And you have your guys coming up to attack or invading the ship. It's just, again, adding the figures to map just helps the map to pop just a little bit more. Again, whether you're using a standee, a regular figure, if you're using a pawn, again, if you're using just a regular pawn from a regular game set board, you can use that as well. Also, another thing you could do if you want and you don't have figures, which I'll take these off the board, or I should say off the mat. You could say that the bad guy's here, put an O there, using wet, dry, erase. Do not use permanent marker, wet, dry. So you're putting it here, putting a guy here, put an X here for one of my guys, put an O here, so he's attacking him, put a little arrow, say I'm pointing there. As soon as the battle's over, you can just use a tissue paper and wipe it off. If it doesn't come right off, all you got to do is, again, just wet it a little bit and it comes right off. You got the heavy plastic. It does not affect it one way or the other. This is very durable, and I've never, like I said, I literally have probably 30 or 40 of these maps, and they are definitely 100% high grade, high quality, phenomenal maps. Never issue with them. Never had problem taking any markings off of it, as long as it's a dry erase map. Again, dry erase marker, should say, not map. But these are everything. And this is the top of the ship again. Just really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautifully done. Again, heading up into that area there, just so you can see it again, how it looks. Just really, really, really well done. And again, I just want to mention that the figures, the standees, the regular miniatures, and the pawns are not included in the purchase of this map. They are for demonstration purposes only. So there you are. Again, let's take a look at the center point again. This map, this side is absolutely stunning, as the other side is as well. So that's what's included, and that concludes our unboxing of Starfinder Flip Map, Living Starships, wet, dry, and permanent markers erased from the map. Brought to you by the great people at Pazio. This was released in 2023. Again, for more information about this or anything related to Starfinder, the best RPG game out there, go to pazio.com/Starfinder. As always, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.